Welcome back to my knitting channel. My name is Kim Exshaw of ExshawKnits.com. In today's tutorial video, I am going to show you how to divide for the sleeves. So this is a top-down construction Raglan sleeve pullover, and I'm going to show you how to put your sleeves on hold and continue knitting in the round. All right, so to begin, we're going to knit up to our first Raglan stitch marker there. So this is our Raglan right there. And we're gonna start dividing for our sleeves. So in between this Raglan stitch marker and this one, this is our sleeve. So we are gonna put these on hold. All right, so let's knit up to that first Raglan marker. All right, now that we are at our first Raglan marker, we're going to look at our pattern and see how many stitches we need to cast on. And in order to do these stitches, so for example, this pattern, we have to cast on 6 stitches. So in order to cast them on, we're going to use the back loop cast on. So I'm going to cast on 6 stitches using the back loop cast on. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're just going to move that up the needle so it won't go anywhere. So now we're going to take these stitches from this marker here to the next marker, and we're going to put these stitches on hold. So I have a piece of scrap yarn, by the way, and a tapestry needle. So I'm just going to start putting these stitches on hold, and I like to pull these stitches off of my needle in a pearl-like fashion, because when I put them back on my needle, they'll be positioned the right way so we don't get twisted stitches. All right, we have now got up to the next Raglan marker there. We're gonna take that off, and we're going to tie our scrap yarn so we don't lose those stitches, because that would suck. Like that, and we can just tuck it inside of our knitting. And those stitches for our sleeve are now on hold, so we can continue knitting in the round until we get to the next Raglan marker, and we're going to do the same thing. So the first stitch, because we have done a cast on here, because we have cast on stitches here, the first stitch you're going to want to snug up a little bit, like so. And then we can continue knitting until we get to the next Raglan marker. All right, so now that we are at this next raglan, we are going to remove the stitch marker and we're going to again cast on 6 stitches. Now it really depends on the pattern that you're making, but we're going to use this back loop cast on and cast on 6 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Move those out of the way. Then we're going to grab our tapestry needle with some scrap yarn on it. And we're going to transfer these sleeve stitches onto our scrap yarn. All right, so we've transferred those stitches, so we're going to tie a knot in that scrap yarn so we don't lose those stitches, and then we can continue just knitting in the round to continue with the body, because these sleeve stitches are now on hold, so I like to tuck it inside, and then you just continue knitting in the round. So remember that first stitch after our cast on, we want to make sure that we snug it up a bit. And then you just keep on knitting in the round. So you have officially divided your raglan sweater for the sleeves. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you're interested in watching a full tutorial video on how to knit a top-down raglan sweater, I will leave a link somewhere here on the screen for you to go and watch the full tutorial. Thanks again. Bye now.